Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I know I'm a little late, but I've been hearing this hype about this show called Invincible. Now. I can hear all you people in the comments. Bandwagon. Look, man, y'all act like y'all wasn't either. And put on by the infamous meme. I know I'm 2 years late, so I decided to invite him to give it a try. I ain't got nothing else to do besides, college, work, slavery. And by God, let me tell you, I was not ready for this monstrosity. So, we start off with a cliche of two villains trying to take over and kill the president. So we're introduced to The Rock's distant cousins, the Mahler twins. Turns out they're just clones of each other, so they're not twins after all. So these turds start shooting bullets at the Johnson twins. And the Johnson twins go unfazed. And just seeing this as a regular human, seeing turrets not affect these dudes, I'm quitting the next day. Now the security guards are about to get demolished. Then the Guardians of the Globe save him. But come on, we got Batman, Flash, Aquaman, Martian Manhunter, Wonder Woman. They low-key stacked. So the Guardians of the Globe start kicking butt, saving people, just doing their thing. Then this girl gets yeeted by her head across the town. Then Dwayne throws a tank at Nightwing after he saves the lady. But Nightwing oh damn. As all of a sudden he got that dog in him. Hey yo, y'all not see what's going on here? But Darkwing sacrifices himself to save the girl, accepting his fate that he's gonna die. But luckily, Omn-Man saves him. So all the members of the Guardians of the Globe come back to the White House to team up to beat the Mahler twins. And this is when I started feeling bad for the Mahler twins. I mean, look at this beatdown. Then Omni-Man from O Block Chicago with the mean right hook. At this point, the Mahler twins are ready to be put back in bars. Then this girl right here traps them into the ground. Then they get tied up. Then Red Rush come with these multiple punches, hitting them with the nasty, mean licks. But the whole team got to get a combo in. Darkwing sets some bombs up. War Girl with the mask comes up with an alley hoop, crashing them down and explode. Then we meet Mark Grayson, the son of Omni-Man. He's a 17-year-old kid, senior in high school, waiting to get his powers, but he's a late bloomer on getting to his powers, as Omni-Man said. Mark then notices a girl named Amber getting sexually harassed. So, of course, Mark ain't gonna let this slide, being the son of Omni-Man and wants to be a hero just like him. So he steps up just to get dropped and posted on Snapchat stories. Like, are you not gonna help this man, my dude? Luckily, Amber comes in with the soccer kick. The infamous high school bully runs away in shame. Afterwards, Amber asks, is Mark okay? And then Mark just responded with the, yeah, I'm good. Trying to be the alpha male he is. Later on that day, Mark goes to his daily job, Burger Mart, which is basically Burger King and Walmart combined. Mark is doing what he usually does at night, taking out the trash before closing. Just Mark casually picking up the first trash can, struggling to put it in the first one. Then gets to the second one and throws that bitch to the moon. And you know what he says after that?
It's about time.
That's the first thing you're thinking after you just potentially killed someone with a trash bag. So some time goes by now. Mark is getting trained from his dad about how to use his powers correctly. Finally gets his superhero suit, calls himself the Invincible. Now just flying throughout the day looking for crime, looking to help people, beating bad guys up, saving the day. Good first episode, good first origin story. Just a nice thing to wrap things around. The first episode didn't end at the Raw, so everyone from the Guardians of the Globe has to go back to the headquarters because an emergency was called. So everyone arrives at the headquarters. Everyone thinks Darkwing made the emergency meeting, but they all notice that it was a setup. Then Red Rush notices something coming straight at the Immortal. Turns out it was Omni-Man that set everyone up to come into the headquarters. That's when the Guardians realize it's kill or be killed against this universe's Thanos. I mean, it's 7 against 1. Let's be real. Some more time goes by that incident. Mark meets Eve, which turns out to be Adam Eve. The murders of the Guardians get investigated by a demon. Cecil wants Rudy to make a new Guardians of the Globe. Omni-Man finally recovers from the fight he had, with no one expecting a clue. Omni-Man murders an entire alien race after they invaded the Earth. Rex cheats on Eve by having a... The twins break out of prison. Mark and Amber finally get into a relationship. Cecil sends Dark Blood back to hell. Eve goes independent by finally moving out of her parents' house. You go, girl. Debbie and the government realizes that Omni-Man killed the Guardians. Amber breaks up with Mark because he lied to her. I mean, I get where she's coming from, but at the same time, I don't. But the hate that y'all have for her is, unspeakable, bro. Her reasons can be justified, but at the same time, it's, stupid. And I actually liked Amber this season. I ain't find her as bad as y'all did. She still belongs to the streets, though. Rudy makes a clone of himself by using Rex's body, but the original Rudy passed away. Man, you is so ugly. Omni-Man finally returns home after letting Debbie calm down. Now, he just thinks he has a house to himself until he notices an agent in his house. I mean, we all know how that turned out. Omni-Man finally gives a visit next door and realizes that Cecil's been spying on him in his own house. I mean, Donald's gonna obviously run away. Omni-Man caught him from the back lacking. The dude is crushing his spine. But for his country, Donald explodes the house with Omni-Man inside. The man is unfazed, and Mark is telling Eve all about how he's feeling, that Amber dumped him while the world's in danger, but yet he doesn't know about it, so it's understandable. And he's really considering not being a hero anymore because of the breakup. Like, Mark will lose it all to get back with Amber. Man, if you don't get your simp having that. While Mark and Eve are talking, Omni-Man is headed towards Mark to talk about what he really is. But Cecil, trying to stall time, shoots a $400 billion laser at this man, just for him to get a nosebleed. At that point, that's when I start packing my bags. Not to stall even more time, they send out the Hail Mary monster and put him on steroids. Adam, Eve, and Mark are on the way to see what the commotion was about, but Mark's only there to protect her if things go south. Mark realizes that his dad's in trouble and needs his help, so Mark coming in with a Superman punch. So they both decide to team up and beat the monster. While all this is happening, the Mauler twins resurrect the Immortal, in which he is heated. As soon as he sees Omni-Man, it's on sight, which, not gonna lie, getting some good hits in too. But sadly, all things must come to an end. Due to the Immortal not taking boxing classes, he gets decimated. And Mark, now seeing all this, he wants answers now. So Omni-Man finally says to Mark, it's time to tell you the truth. So Omni-Man finally tells Mark that the Viltrumites take over planets to conquer over the galaxy to become the #1 race. Omni-Man was assigned to Earth so he can weaken the society so the Viltrumites can expand their power. And he tells him that's why he was here. So now he wants Mark to join him to get ready for the Viltrumites to come and take over the planet. But being on this planet since birth, Mark is obviously going to say no. And it's only taking no for an answer to his dad. Now Omni-Man says you can join him or you can die with him. But Mark ain't about to just let his planet get taken over. So he starts squaring up, ready to fight his dad. And Omni-Man says,
so be it.
And they start scrapping. But Mark is clearly trying his best to stop his dad, but he already knows he's outmatched by him. So due to Mark still rejecting, Omni-Man gets so mad, he literally punches him to Chicago. Now imagine just having a normal day, getting out of work, getting out of school, about to go see your happy family, or even your girlfriend or boyfriend, getting ready for dinner, getting ready to go out to party, or maybe even just have a chill day, relaxing after a tough day, or even go into the after being crushed that Mark couldn't save not a single one of them. Omni-Man really has the audacity again to ask him. But Mark trying to use his talk no jutsu, ask him what about his mom. And Omni-Man called his mom a pet. But hearing this, Mark has heard enough. He told Omni-Man catch these hands and start throwing mean haymakers, 1, 2, 3 combos. But it wasn't enough to stop his dad, and Omni-Man slams him down to the subway station. Then he notices a subway coming his way. So he picks his head up and he's warning him. Surely he's not. At this point, Omni-Man has had enough and he's ready to beat the brakes off of his son, just to prove him a point. Then Mark got punched into a mountain. Omni-Man asks him one more final time, is he gonna resist? And of course, Mark is. Then he gets beat the brakes off of.
Fine! What's 17 more years? I can always start again. Make another kid.
Omni-Man still trying to have his son join the Viltrumites, ask him what will he have in 500 years. But with Mark beaten down to a pulp, the only thing he can say is that he'll have him in 500 years. Omni-Man, finally realizing what he's done, decides to leave the Earth for good this time, leaving Mark in the state he's in. So far, I think the show is amazing. I'm currently getting ready to watch season 2, but the first season has hooked me on to this show. I do give Invincible season 1 an 8.5 out of 10, mainly just the fact that the relationship between Mark and Amber was toxic and some irrelevant moments in the show that weren't needed or people didn't care about. I don't see the show ending in probably the next 5 years, but either way, I'm hyped for every episode.